Girls Swimming on Spuds TV. It is a 4-team meet here tonight between the Moorhead Spuds, the Shanley Deacons, the Detroit Lakes Lakers, and the Capstone Classical Academy Golden Griffins. I'm Thomas Fox. Glad you're with us here tonight. We will, of course, start off with the girls 200-yard medley relay in a few moments. As we're about to get underway, the future broadcast schedule this week: Friday Night Football versus Brainerd at 7 p.m. Larry Knutson and Kent McLeod will be on the call as always. Heat number one is about underway. In lane one for Shanley will be Nashatan Tangpong. Then Peyton Hansen, Sunisha Tangpong, and Isla Rogni. And in lane two for the Spuds will be Ollie Syvertson, Vivia Lewis, Victoria Leaf, and Callie Gast. For Detroit Lakes in lane three, Emery Wheeling, Evelyn Martin, Brielle Amundsen, and Greta Pender. In lane four for the Spuds, Haley Skeldum, Emily Munson, Alina Leaf, and Meadow Scouge. And in lane five for Detroit Lakes, Emily Schneider, Kinley Wheeling, Adelia Hagel, and Avery Broughton. So far, Shanley in lane one is in first place so far on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. And the Shanley Deacons in lane one will finish with a time of 2 minutes and 9 seconds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. as the last few lanes are finishing up. Lane 4 will be second place, the Spuds lane, as they get a time of 2 minutes and 24 seconds. In lane 3, lane 2 got third place with a time of 2 minutes and 41 seconds. That is the Detroit Lakes Lakers lane. Heat 2 is underway just about. In lane 1 for Detroit Lakes will be Hannah Barberg, Adeline Hammer, Ashley Witterin, and Sophia Karlgaard. In lane 2 for the Spuds, Courtney Haber, Grace Renitz, Amani Hubbard, and Macy Roldson. In lane 3 for Shanley, Nora Andrist, Alexa Heckerman, Hadley Christensen, and Brooklyn Hansen. In lane 4 for the Spuds, Olivia Roldson, Maddie Shue, Elena Janke, and Jenna Brendamule. In lane 5 for the Lakers, Emily Peterson, Marion Martin, Grace Ham, and Peggy Witterin. And for the Spuds in lane 6, Katie Yarber, Brooklyn Johnson, Bryn Sarian, and Greta Bjorklund. Currently, lane 4 has a commanding lead so far. Lane 3 for Cheyenne is in second, and lane 5 for Detroit Lakes is in third. Lane 4 finishes with a time of 1 minute and 55 seconds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Lane 3 for the Deacons finished with a time of 1 minute and 58 seconds. They got second place. And in third, lane 5 for the Lakers got a time of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. We are just about set for the 200-yard freestyle. In Heat 1 for the Lakers in lane 1 will be Greta Pender. In lane 2 for the Spuds, Madeline Ray. In lane 3 for the Lakers, Ashley Witterin. In lane 4 for the Deacons, Jolie Christensen. Also for the Deacons, Alexis Appletoft. And for the Lakers in lane 6, Savannah Hayes. So far, Jolie Christensen for Shanley has a commanding lead. Jolie Christensen still with a commanding lead over everybody. Jenna Brendamule for the Spuds is in second. And Olivia Roldson for the Spuds is in third. So 2 Spuds in the top 3 so far. And Christensen wins in a landslide. So Jolie Christensen for the Deacons finishes first. In second will be Madeline Ray for the Spuds. And also for the Deacons, Alexis Appletoft. So 2 Deacons finish in the top 3 of the girls' 200-yard freestyle in Heat 1. Heat 2 coming up. In lane 1 will be Liberty Peterson for Detroit Lakes. In lane 2, Jenna Brendamule for the Spuds. Also for the Spuds, in lane 3, Olivia Rolson. And in lane 4, also for Moorhead, Matilda Bergeson. Lane 5 for DL, Quinn Rogstad. And in lane 6 for Shanley, Kendall Jones. Roldson has a first place lead so far. Roldson still with the first place lead. Brendamule is in second for the Spuds. And in third, Matilda Bergeson, also for Moorhead. So for the Spuds so far, it is a clean sweep of the top 3, but can they keep that intact? Looks like they will. Right on cue. Domination in Heat 2 for the Spuds. Roldson finishes in first with a time of 33 seconds. Oh no, looks like they're updating the times on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Roldson finishes with a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Brenda Mule finishes with a time of 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And Bergeson finishes with a time of 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Now we're starting the 200-yard IM. In lane 1 will be Adeline Hammer for DL. In lane 2 for Capstone Classical Academy, Eva Andrist. In lane 3 for the Spuds, Marion Martin. In lane 4, Bryn Sarian for Marion Martin for DL in lane 3. In lane 4 for the Spuds, Bryn Sarian. And in lane 5, Noelle Richard for Shanley. Currently doing the backstroke. Now the butterfly stroke, as it's neck and neck between lanes 3 and 4, between Martin and Sarian. But Martin has a close lead, and she's going to get a good head start there. As we transition to the breaststroke here. In the final, what should be the final stretch. Still neck and neck between the lanes 3 and 4. Martin versus Sarian. And Martin wins it. Martin finishes with a time of 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Sarian finishes with a time of 2 minutes and 37 seconds. And Adeline Hammer will finish with a time of 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Heat 2 underway. In lane 1 for the Spuds, McKenna Harvilla. In lane 2 for Detroit Lakes, Grace Ham. In lane 3 for Shanley, Brooklyn Hansen. Lane 4, Elena Jenke for the Spuds. In lane 5, Riley Wendt for DL, and Peyton Hansen for Shanley. And Jenke has a commanding lead. And she has a lot of accolades on her belt, breaking several high school swimming records. She still has a commanding lead over every single swimmer in the lane so far. And Janke's gonna win it. Here in heat 2. She basically had the lead the entire way as she made that look really easy. Finishing with a time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. In lane number 3, getting second will be Grace Ham for DL. Getting third in lane 2, or excuse me, in lane 3 getting second place. That's Brooklyn Hansen for Shanley. And then it'll be Grace Ham getting third in lane 2. Now it's the start of the 50-yard freestyle. In lane 2 for the Spuds, Ada Mengi. In lane 3 for DL, Avery Broughton. In lane 4 for the Spuds, Kylie Fisher. And in lane 5 also for Moorhead, Casey Hansen. And Kylie Fisher will finish this 50-yard freestyle with a time of 38 seconds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. And Casey Hansen in second with a time of 43 seconds. Heat 2 of 6 here in the 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Victoria Lee for the Spuds. In lane 2, also for Moorhead, Callie Gast. Kinley Wheeling in lane 3 for DL. Emma Netland for the Spuds in lane 4. Molly McMullen for the Spuds in lane 5. And Ollie Sievertson in lane 6. And Emma Netland is going to win Heat 2. Netland finishes with a time of 33 seconds. Getting second place in lane 1, Victoria Leaf. She gets a time of 34 seconds. And getting third, Kinley Wheeling for DL, a time of 34 seconds. That's the end of Heat 2. Heat 3 is underway. In lane 1, Adelia Hagel for the Lakers. In lane 3, Meadow Scouts for the Spuds. In lane 4, Haley Skeldum also for Moorhead. And the next two will be for the Spuds, Jolena Sorby and Vivia Lewis in lanes 5 and 6. Haley Skeldum will get first at the time of 32 seconds. 32.49 seconds to be exact. Getting second, Jolena Sorby with a time of 32.90 seconds, and we are just about to get started for heat number 4. In lane 1 for the Lakers, Evelyn Martin. In lane 2 for the Lakers, Sophia Karlgaard. In lane 3 for the Spuds, Cinda Sambo. In lane 4 for the Lakers, Amelia Allen. In lane 5 for Shanley, Annika Johnson. And in lane 6 for Capstone Classical Academy, Vera Peterson. And Sophia Karlgaard will get first with a time of 30.32 seconds. Getting second will be Evelyn Martin for the Lakers with a time of 30.87 seconds. And heat 5 is underway. In lane 1 for the Spuds, Greta Bjorklund. In lane 2, Katie Yarber. Both of those swimmers are for the Spuds. In lane 3, Nashatan Tangpong for the Deacons in lane 3, and Hadley Christensen in lane 4 also for Shanley. The last 2 lanes are held by Spuds. Alina Leaf and Emily Munson. And Tangpong gets first place with a time of 27 seconds. Katie Yarber gets a time of 28 seconds as she gets second. Final heat of the 50-yard freestyle is underway. Lane 1 for the Lakers, Hannah Barberg. Isla Rogney in lane 2 for the Deacons, as well as Ariana Hoff in lane 3 for Shanley. In lanes 4 and 5, it'll be Maddie Shue and Macy Rolton for the Spuds. And in lane 6, Emily Peterson for the Lakers. And Ariana Hoff is gonna win it for the Deacons in lane 3 with a time of 25 seconds. And getting second, Maddie Shue for the Spuds with a time of 26 seconds. And that is the final heat of the 50-yard freestyle. And we are about to get set for diving. There will be a 10-minute break before diving, so stay tuned here on Spuds TV.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle's service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
The 1 meter dive is about underway. Judges are in their seats. First diver for the Spuds, Ada Mengi. A 4.5, 4.5, 5, a 4.5. Alana Monk for DL with her first dive attempt. Four and a half across the board for her. For the Spuds, it'll be Kylie Fisher. Three and a half for, 3.5 for her. And we apologize for the extended silence as we do not have the proper sheet for the types of dives. So we will try the best we possibly can to see which swimmers, excuse me, are diving. Isabella Goodrich with a 5, 5, and a 4.5 on her dive. Courtney Haberer for the Spuds will have her first dive attempt. And it's a pretty good one. A 6.5, 5.5, and a 5.5 for Haber. Here's Goodrich. And a 5 across for Goodrich. Solid dive. Emma Netland with a good dive. Here's Hope Ham for Detroit Lakes. Six, 6, and 7 from the judges. Oliver with her second dive with a 4.5, 5, 4.5. For the Spuds, Mengi with her second dive. 4, 4.5, 4. Five, 5.5, 5 for Kylie Fisher. Alana Monk with her second dive. Now it's Kylie Fisher. And 5 across. Riley Zern with a decent dive. 5.5, 4.5, 5. And that was a pretty solid dive. Five, 5.5, 5.5. Marissa Cooper with a solid dive. 5.5, 5, 5.5. Here's Courtney Haberer for the Spuds. And that was a solid dive. 5.5, 6.5, 7 for Haberer. Here's Isabella Goodrich with her next dive. And that was a pretty good one. And the judges agree.
Judges award
6, 5.5 for Goodrich. Emma Netland with a very solid dive. 5, 5.5, 5. Here's Hope Ham for DL. And Ham will be awaiting the score from the judges. Is taking them a little bit to decide, but they have a final verdict. 6.5, 5.5, 6. Ada Mengi with her next dive for the Spuds. Dive number 3 for her. And that was smooth. 5.5, 5, 5. And Blake Oliver with her third dive. 4.5 across for Oliver. And 6s across the board for her. Alana Monk with some nice dives so far, as she is ready for her third. 4.5, 4.5, 5. Five, 6, 5.5. Here's Riley Zern with her third dive. Five, 5.5 for Zern. Here's Molly McMullen. Four and a half across for McMullen. 5, 5.5, 4.5, 5. And the final dive, or not quite the final dive, Isabella Goodrich with her third dive.
Judges award.
5.5, 5, 5 for Goodrich. Here's Emma Netland once again. Four and a half across for Netland.
Judges award 6, 5, 6.
6-5-6. Round number 4 coming up. Here's Mingy with her fourth dive here in round 4. Six, 5, 5 for Mengi.
Judges award 4, 4, 5. Casey, 402C, and our lowest somersault.
Here's Casey Hansen coming up for the Spuds. And that was a pretty solid dive there. Five and a half, and 6. Here's Alana Monk. A good dive from Monk, as that is 6.5, 5.5, 6. Kylie Fisher with a good dive there. Here's Riley Zern. Courtney Haberer with a pretty good dive there as it's 5, 5.5, and a 5. Here's Marissa Cooper. Another smooth dive for her. 6.5, 5.5, 5. Five and a half, 5, 6.5. Isabel Goodrich coming up. And Goodrich with a good dive, 5.5, 5, and 5. Here's Emma Netland once again. 6, 5.5, and 6. Here is Hope Ham. Very solid dive. 6.5, 6.5, and 6. Adam Mengi with her next dive. Five across for Mengi. And Blake Oliver with a solid dive. 5, 5, 4.5. Casey Hansen. Looking to get another good dive. Four and a half, 5.5, and 5. Alana Monk with her next dive. 5, 4.5, and 5. Here's Kylie Fisher. 4.5, 6, 5.5. Here's Riley Zern. Four, 4.5, and a 4.5 for Zern. Molly McMullen with her next dive. And it's a good one. Six across. Marissa Cooper on deck here. Or she was on deck. Now she has a chance to get another good dive for DL. And it's a pretty good dive. Five, 5.5, 5.5. For the Spuds, Courtney Haberer. Six and a half. I think it was just 6, 5, and 5, yes. Here's Goodrich. Isabella Goodrich with a solid dive. Six, 6.5, 6.5 for Goodrich. Emma Nutland has had some good dives here tonight. And a very solid dive is a 7.5. 7.5, 6, and 6. Here's Hope Ham. Six and a half, 6.5, 6. And she was really close to hitting the board there, but she was able to make it work as she gets 4 across. Here's Hansen. Four and a half across. Here's Alana Monk. Solid dive. 5, 4, 5.5. Here's Kylie Fisher with her next dive. And as mentioned earlier, we do not have the official sheet of the dives, of the specific dives here in the 1 meter diving section of this meet. Five and a half, 5, and 5. For Fisher, here's Riley Zern for Detroit Lakes. Five and a half, 5, 5.5 for Zern. Here's McMullen. Four and a half, and 5 for McMullen. Here's Marissa Cooper. Solid dive. 5 across. Here's Courtney Haberer. She has definitely had some solid dives as well here tonight. And she adds to that list with that dive there. 5.5, 5, 5.5. Here's Isabella Goodrich. Five and a half, 6, 5.5. Here's Netland. Five and a half, 5.5, and 5 for Netland. Here's Hope Ham once again. And a very solid dive from Ham. Seven and a half, 6.5, and 6 for Ham. And that'll do it for the 1 meter dive here tonight. And we'll take a brief break here on Spuds TV for the 100-yard butterfly.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Welcome back to Girls Swimming on Spuds TV. We are just about ready to start the 100-yard butterfly. A lot of good dives during the 1 meter diving section of this 4-team meet here tonight. The swimmers will take their marks here. In lane 1 for Detroit Lakes will be Brielle Amundsen. In lane 2 for Shanley, Nora Andrist. Also for Shanley in lane 3, Alexa Heckerman. In lane 4 for Detroit Lakes, Ashley Witterin. And in lane 5 for the Spuds, Brooklyn Johnson. And so far, Heckerman has a pretty good lead. And Heckerman with a very, very dominating performance here in heat number 1. As she finishes with a time of 29 seconds. Coming in second, Nora Andrist for Shanley. Check that. For Alexa Heckerman, she gets a time of 1 minute and 7 seconds. In second, getting a time of 1 minute 11 seconds is Nora Andrist, and getting third in lane 4, Ashley Witterin for Detroit Lakes, a time of 1 minute and 16 seconds. Heat 2 is underway. In lane 1 for Shanley, Nashatan Tangpong. In lane 2 for Moorhead, Olivia Roldson. In lane 3 for DL Grace Ham. In lane 4 for the Spuds, Amani Hebert. In lane 5 for Detroit Lakes, Peggy Witterin. And in lane 6, Maddie Shue for the Spuds. Ham out in front of Roldson. Ham still has a pretty good lead. Over everybody, and she'll have a dominating performance here in Heat 2. As we wait for the times to officially come in. Grace Ham finishes with a time of 1 minute and 3 seconds. And in second place, finishing with a time of 1 minute and 6 seconds, is Amani Hebert for the Spuds. That does it for the 100-yard butterfly. Off to the 100-yard freestyle. In lane 1 for Detroit Lakes, Carly Zern. In lane 2 for the Golden Griffins of Capstone Classical Academy, Vera Peterson. For Shanley in lane 3, Alexis Appletoft. In lane 4 for Detroit Lakes, Greta Pender. In lane 5 for the Spuds, Meadow Scouge. And in lane 6 for the Lakers, Emily Schneider. This is heat 1 of 3. And so far, Appletoft has a comfortable lead. And she wins in a landslide. Appletoft made that look easy here in heat number 1 of the 100-yard freestyle. She finishes with a time of 1 minute and 7 seconds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Getting second in lane 5, Meadow Scouts for Moorhead. And getting third in lane 4, Greta Pender for Detroit Lakes. Heat number 2 is underway. Amelia Allen for DL in lane 1. In lane 2 for the Spuds, Cinda Sambo. In lane 3 for the Spuds, Grace Renetz. In lane 4, also for the Spuds, Alina Leaf. In lane 5 for Shanley, Joelle Christensen. And also for the Shanley Deacons in lane 6, Kendall Jones. And Renetz has a sizable lead. And she's going to win it. Very dominating performance from Renetz in heat number 2. Grace Renetz finishes first with a time of 1 minute and 3 seconds. Jolie Christensen in lane number 5 finishes in second with a time of 1 minute and 6 seconds. And finishing third, Cinda Sambo for the Spuds, finishing with a time of 1 minute and 8 seconds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. And the last heat of the 100-yard freestyle is underway. In lane 1, Liberty Peterson for the Lakers. In lane 2, also for DL, Emily Peterson. In lane 3, Elena Janke for the Spuds. In lane 4, McKenna Harvala, also for the Spuds. For the Lakers, Quinn Rogstad in lane 5, and in lane 6, Sonisha Tangpong for Shanley. And once again, Janke has a lead. And she's gonna win it. Another first place finish for Elena Janke. As she will finish under a minute. Wow. Very solid time for her. As she finishes first once again. Finishing second in lane 4, McKenna Harvala with a time of 1 minute, almost exactly. We are underway with the 500-yard freestyle. In lane 2 for Shanley will be Annika Johnson. In lane 3 for Detroit Lakes, Riley Wendt. And in lane 4 for the Spuds, Jolena Sorby. So far in lane 3, Riley Wendt for the Lakers has a first place lead, followed by Annika Johnson and Jolena Sorby. Riley Wendt still has a very solid lead. A monumental lead at that. Went still has a very, very good lead for the moment. And the lead for Riley Wendt has gotten bigger. And she's gonna win it. On the final lap, and Wendt won by 1.5 miles on that first heat for the Lakers. And Jolena Sorby is going to try to finish in second. She has a pretty good shot. And she's going to win by 1 mile here. She's going to get second place. By plenty of time. Annika Johnson gets third. And we wait for the times to get calculated on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Riley Wendt finishes with a time of 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Jolena Sorby finishes with a time of 7 minutes and 15 seconds. And Annika Johnson finishes third. And Heat 2 is underway. In lane 1, Greta Bjorklund for the Spuds. In lane 2, also for Moorhead, Bryn Sarian. And in lane 3, also for the Spuds, Amani Haybear. For the Lakers, Peggy Witterin. In lane 4 and lane 5 for Shanley, Noelle Richard. And in lane 6 for DL, Emery Wheeling. And we have got the final scores for the 1 meter dive. In 6th place for Detroit Lakes, scoring 154.20 points, Marissa Cooper. Getting 5th place for the Spuds, getting 164.10 as her final score, Molly McMullen. In 4th, also for the Spuds, Emma Netland, as she gets a grand total of 187.80 points. In 3rd, Isabel Goodrich for Detroit Lakes. She got a final score of 190.15. She gets 3rd place. In 2nd place for the Spuds, Courtney Haberer. She got a final score of 191.45. And getting first place for the Detroit Lakes Lakers, Hope Ham. Final score of 214.70. So 3 spuds in the top 5, 1 in the top 3. So overall a pretty good dive section for the girls. And so far in lane 3, Amani Haber is in first. Followed by Peggy Witterin for Detroit Lakes. For the meantime, Haber is still in first, followed by Witterin. And it is neck and neck, at least for the moment. But Haber is going to win it. And once again, another landslide in favor of the Spuds. And we will await the official times on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard after Richard and Wheeling, along with Bjorklund. We will wait for them to finish their laps. So Amani Haber finishes in first with a time of 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Peggy Witterin for Detroit Lakes finishes with a time of 6 minutes and 15 seconds. And in third, for the Spuds, Bryn Sarian, finishing with a time of 6 minutes and 16 seconds. And we will start the 200-yard freestyle relay as the 500-yard freestyle comes to a close. In lane 1 for the Spuds, Victoria Leaf, Ollie Sievertson, Adam Mengi, and Casey Hansen. In lane 2 for the Spuds, Kylie Fisher, Molly McMullen, and Emma Netlin. In lane 3 for the Spuds, Vivia Lewis, Callie Gast, Meadow Scouge, and Jolena Sorby. For the Detroit Lakes Lakers, Brielle Amundsen, Carly Zern, Savannah Hayes, and Amelia Allen. Also for Detroit Lakes, Blake Oliver, Avery Broughton, Emily Schneider, and Kinley Wheeling in lane 5. In lane 6 for Shanley, Alexis Appletoft, Annika Johnson, Kendall Jones, and Sunisha Tangpong. So Spuds have lanes 1 and 3. Detroit Lakes have lanes 4 and 5, and Shanley has lane 6. New divers in for each squad. And the results on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard are up. Lane 6 gets first place, Shanley's lane, followed by lane 4 for Detroit Lakes, and lane 3 for Moorhead getting third. And that does it for Heat 1. Heat 2 underway. In lane 1 for Detroit Lakes, Ashley Witterin, Libby Peterson, Hannah Barberg, and Quinn Rockstad. For Shanley in lane 2, Hadley Christensen, Peyton Hansen, Isla Rogney, and Alexa Heckerman. In lane 3 for Moorhead, Olivia Roldson, Maddie Shue, McKenna Harvilla, and Elena Jenke. In lane 4 for the Spuds, Courtney Haberer, Matilda Bergeson, Macy Roldson, and Bryn Sarian. For Detroit Lakes, in lane 5, Grace Ham, Emily Peterson, Riley Wendt, and Peggy Witterin. In lane 6 for the Spuds, Emily Munson, Cinda Sambo, Madeline Ray, and Alina Leaf. And so far, lane 3 for the Spuds is in the lead, followed by lane 5 for Detroit Lakes, and Shanley in lane 2. Another first place finish for the Spuds as Jenke finishes the last lap. Lane 3 finishes in first with a time of 1 minute and 47 seconds. Lane 4 finishes in second. That is the other Spuds lane with a time of 1 minute and 53 seconds. And in third will be lane 2 for Shanley as they get a time of 1 minute and 53 seconds. That does it for the 200-yard freestyle relay, and we are now on the 100-yard backstroke. Heat 1 of 3. In lane 1 for Detroit Lakes, Avery Broughton, Emily Schneider for DL in lane 2. In lane 3, Callie Gast for the Spuds. Also for Moorhead, Ollie Sievertson in lane 4. In lane 5 for Detroit Lakes, Savannah Hayes. We'll see if the Spuds can finish first once again. So far, lane number 5, held by Savannah Hayes, has a first place lead. And she'll finish in first, it looks like, on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard, as Heat 1 has come to an end. Savannah Hayes finishes in first with a time of 1 minute and 27 seconds. In lane 3, finishing second, will be Emily Schneider for Detroit Lakes. Finishing third in lane 2 will be Emily Schneider, which means in lane 3, finishing second, will be Callie Gast for Moorhead. Heat 2 has begun. In lane 1, Peyton Hansen for Shanley. Also for Shanley in lane 2, Hadley Christensen. In lane 3 and 4 will be all Spuds. Madeline Ray in lane 3, Grace Renutz in lane 4. In lane 5 for DL, Sophia Karlgaard. In lane 6 for the Spuds, Haley Skeldum. And it's going to be a neck-and-neck finish here between Christensen and a few other swimmers, and it looks like that was a photo finish there. Peyton Hansen got a last-second burst, and on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard, she got first. So Hansen finishes with a time of 1 minute and 12 seconds. Getting second will be Hadley Christensen. She gets a time of 1 minute and 12 seconds. And finishing third in lane 4 will be Grace Renetz. For the Spuds, she gets a time of 1 minute and 14 seconds. And heat number 3 is underway. Hannah Barberg in lane 1 for DL. In lane 2, Courtney Haberer for the Spuds. In lane 3, Alexa Heckeman for the Deacons. In lane 4, Katie Yarber for the Spuds. In lane 5, Jenna Brendemiel also for the Spuds. And finally, lane 6, Isla Rogny for Shanley. And so far, Heckeman has the temporary lead, followed by Haberer and Yarber, both Moorhead Spuds. It'll be a neck-and-neck finish here as Jenna Brendemiel looks to spoil Heckeman, but Heckeman will finish first anyway. So Alexa Heckeman finishes first with a time of 1 minute and 6 seconds. Finishing second in lane 5, Jenna Brendemiel with a time of 1 minute and 7 seconds. Finishing third in lane 4, Katie Yarber with a time of 1 minute and 9 seconds. This is the first heat of the 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 1 for Detroit Lakes, Emery Wheeling. In lane 2 for the Spuds, Victoria Leaf. In lane 3 for DL, Evelyn Martin. And the last 3 lanes will have Detroit Lakers, as in lane number 4 will be Carly Zern. In lane 5, Kinley Wheeling. And in lane 6, Adelia Hagel. So only one Spud so far competing in heat number 1. And the other 5 are Lakers. And it looks like Evelyn Martin is going to finish first. Emery Wheeling will finish in second. Victoria Leaf will finish in third. Heat 2 is coming up. Martin finishes with a time of 1 minute and 28 seconds. And Emery Wheeling finishes with a time of 1 minute and 31 seconds. And Victoria Leaf will finish with a time of 1 minute and 33 seconds as Heat 2 has just started. Heat 2 of the 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, Adeline Hammer for DL. In lane 2, Macy Rolton for the Spuds. In lane 3 for the Deacons, Sunisha Tangpong. In lane 4, Brooklyn Johnson for the Spuds. In lane 5, also for Moorhead, Emily Munson. And once again, for the Spuds, Vivia Lewis in lane 6. It's going to be neck and neck between lanes 2, 3, and 4. But Sunisha Tangpong, oh, hold on here. It's going to be close. And on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard, they are going to give first place to Macy Roldson. And yes, that's what the results will be. Roldson finishes with a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds, and getting second place in lane 4, Brooklyn Johnson with a time of 1 minute and 23 seconds. And the final heat of the 100-yard breaststroke is underway. Marion Martin in lane 1 for DL. In lane 2 for Capstone Classical Academy will be Eva Andrist. In lane 3 for Shanley, Ariana Hoff. In lane 4 will be Matilda Bergeson for the Spuds. In lane 5 for Shanley, Brooklyn Hansen. And in lane 6 also for the Shanley Deacons, Nora Andrist. A lot of encouragement from these Spud swimmers, as it'll be a photo finish once again. And Ariana Hoff will finish first for the Deacons, followed by Brooklyn Hansen in lane 5. And Matilda Bergeson in lane 4. Hoff finishes with a time of 1 minute and 15 seconds. Brooklyn Hansen finishes with a time of 1 minute and 16 seconds and finishing third. Matilda Bergeson finishes with a time of 1 minute and 17 seconds. And here we go with the 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 2 for Shanley, Noelle Richard, Annika Johnson, Kendall Jones, and Alexis Appletoft. In lane 3 for the Spuds, Madeline Ray, Haley Skeldum, Cinda Sambo, and Jolena Sorby. In lane 4 for Detroit Lakes, Blake Oliver, Carly Zern, Adelia Hagel, and Riley Zern. New swimmers jump in for each lane. So far, Shanley has the lead. And apparently someone from the Spuds lane lost her goggles. That obviously isn't the most ideal situation, but they look to finish strong regardless. But the Spuds will have work to do as they are currently in third place here. Shanley remains in first. Now the Spuds take second place over Detroit Lakes. Shanley still has a first place lead. Spuds trying to hold on to their second place lead over DL. And that'll do it for heat number 1, as Shanley is able to hold on to their first place lead and finish first with a time of 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. The Spuds in lane 3 finished second with a time of 4 minutes and 48 seconds. So DL will finish third. With a time pending. Five minutes and 24 seconds for Detroit Lakes, and that does it for heat number 1. Heat number 2, the final event here tonight for this meet. In lane 1 for Detroit Lakes, Sophia Karlgaard, Evelyn Martin, Emery Wheeling, and Adeline Hammer. In lane 2 also for DL, Quinn Rockstad, Libby Peterson, Marion Martin, and Riley Wendt. For Shanley, Nashatan Tangpong, Nora Andrus, Jolie Christensen, and Brooklyn Hansen in lane 3. In lane 4, McKenna Harvala, Jenna Brendamule, Amani Hebert, and Matilda Bergeson for the Spuds. Also for the Spuds in lane number 5, Katie Yarber, Greta Bjorklund, Grace Renetz, and Brooklyn Johnson. In lane 6 for Detroit Lakes, Brielle Amundsen, Greta Pender, Savannah Hayes, and Amelia Allen. So the Lakers have lanes 1 and 2 and 6. Spuds have lanes 4 and 5, while Shanley has lane 3. Crowd's on their feet here in heat number 2. Shanley's lane currently has a first place lead, followed by Moorhead's lane 4 and Detroit Lakes lane 2. Shanley still has a first place lead, followed by Detroit Lakes lane 2 and Moorhead's lane 5. And Shanley's lane 3 is going to win it here in heat number 2, ahead of Moorhead's lane 4. And we will await the next few lanes. Lane 2 will finish in 3rd. That'll be Detroit Lakes in lane 2. And all we have to do is wait for lanes 1 and 6 to finish up. And this should just about do it for this meet here tonight. And there it is. Lane 3 for Shanley finishes with a time of 4 minutes, almost on the dot. In lane 4, finishing second, will be Detroit Lakes, finishing with a time of 4 minutes and 3 seconds, and finishing third. In lane 2, Detroit Lakes with a time of 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And that'll do it for girls swimming here tonight. In case you missed the future broadcast schedule on Spuds TV, Friday night we'll have football versus the Brainerd Warriors at 7 o'clock. Larry Knutson and Kent McLeod will be on the call as always. I'm Thomas Fox. Thanks for tuning in to Girls Swimming on Spuds TV. Have a good night.